Hi everyone, my name is Scissor Sheep and today I'm going to be unboxing the Tamagotchi Wonder Garden today. I have to say I am super excited. I pre-ordered mine from Amazon and so mine was unfortunately one of the many units that was slightly delayed. So I apologize for posting this a little bit later than expected, but here I am, and I wanted to give my first impressions of the device with you guys, and also, of course, unbox it, run it for a little bit, and then discuss if I personally believe that the device is worth it, considering it does not have as much content as the fantasy needs. Now that being said, I am extremely grateful that we have continued to get English releases. So I am super excited. So let's go ahead and start and get this unboxing started. So I'm trying a little bit of a different setup. I've already moved anything identifying on the package, so that way I don't have to add a little post edit fix to that like I did last time. And none of this is pre-loosened, so I'm just going in here. I'm actually currently staying at a hotel right now, so I'm just using my hotel key to dig in here to this package. I think we got it. Yeah, perfect. So I actually got the lavender version, and I have to say, upon opening the box, I am a little bit disappointed that there's no additional protection. There's no protection pads or anything like that in here. So I received this Tamagotchi shipped like this, but I will say the box is still in pristine condition, so that's definitely good because it will stay like a collector's item and it will stay nice and gorgeous. So that's the lavender version. This was the one that I decided to purchase. I did go back and I looked to see when I placed this order, and it wasn't the first day that those pre-orders were announced. So this was through Amazon on June 10th, so I am so excited that I got this lavender version, and I think that it is just super, super pretty in person. So I'm so excited, and this box, even though it didn't have that extra protection in it, is still absolutely beautiful. All right, so let's crack this thing open. I think I'm going to use this key instead. Oh, I'm not liking how that's peeling that, so I'm just going to peel that up with my nails instead. Aborting that mission right away. These boxes are honestly so clunky, and you know, honestly, we don't really need them, but they're a really great collector's item, and I do plan on keeping this box. All right, so now that that's done, we can crack this open. Honestly, I'm so glad that this box isn't dinged up. The only box of the Tamagotchi arms that I had that was actually pretty dinged up did come from an individual seller on Mercari. So that was a little unfortunate because the packaging wasn't necessarily the greatest. Now, we've all seen this before, the booklets and things like that, so I'm not going to even bother because there's really no point. Gently take this off, if I can get it off. Go. And we're free. We are in. And there's some tape at the top, so I'm just going to go ahead and actually remove that. So this is the Wonder Garden. Oh, and that came off super easy as well. So that's good. And here it is. Check this out. So this is the Tamagotchi on Wonder Garden. And this is the, of course, lavender version. I have to say, I am in love. This shell is so pretty. So give me just a moment. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up some batteries, and I'm gonna go ahead and also put the batteries in, run this for a little bit, and then we'll have a discussion on if I think the Tamagotchi on Wonder Garden is worth it. Alright everyone, so now that I have some batteries in, I'm just gonna go ahead and set the time right now. So my birthday is September 16th. And I'm just gonna go ahead and input my name really quickly. I'll just fast forward through this for you guys. And we'll just go ahead and wait for the new baby. So we'll see if I look out and get a girl or if I get a boy. And while we do that, I just want to take a moment to say that I actually have one of the misprint designs. And the reason how you can tell is because the cards and the lines on the regular versions should actually match up. So that was some interesting information I found out. I think it's interesting to see that there are different misprint Wonder Gardens, and then there are ones where these lines match up pretty perfect. And I'm holding this at an angle so it looks less obvious, but that's what that looks like. How far apart those lines are off from the actual cards themselves. So now we're just gonna go ahead and wait for this one to hatch, and I'll probably go ahead and just speed through this for you guys. So normally whenever I play, I like to have my first generation start off with the female, and that's just simply because I like I'm really rusty on the exact Tamagotchi names, but it's the cute girl with the pink wings and the cute little rainbow hair. So I'm actually going to go ahead and walk you guys through a couple of minutes of gameplay, and then I will play with it for a little bit. We'll just discuss some information on the Wonder Garden. So yeah. Now, I did want to go ahead and mention something while I go ahead and take care of the Tamagotchi. Oh my god, the animations for that are so cute. I don't have a Sanrio mix or anything like that, so these cute little animations for this baby, just like eating and things like that, are definitely new to me, because this baby is on the fantasy and some of the meats versions, but when I had the fantasy meats, I actually had a boy, and I didn't play with the fantasy meats for that many days, so I'm actually really excited about playing with the Wonder Garden, because I didn't really unlock any of the areas. I didn't unlock the Arabian area. I didn't unlock the Cinderella Palace, and I definitely didn't unlock, sorry, I mean, I said Cinderella Palace, but I was thinking of the character. I actually didn't unlock anything in the fantasy meet, so from my understanding and from the Tamagotchi groups on Facebook, it does seem as though the Alice in Wonderland world is a little bit mysterious in regards to how to unlock it. So from my understanding, what you do is you go ahead and you have to have 3 generations of Tamagotchis, and there's something about stepping outside during a certain period of day in order to unlock that. So I'm not exactly sure what time that is, so like I mentioned before, I'm just going to do a little bit of some gameplay and do a little bit of a review for those of you who this will be their first Tamagotchi. So I'll walk you through the menus. This is the profile and settings. So if you go to profile, it's going to show you your name and the name of your Tamagotchi at the time. With the ons, you have the ability to name generation 2 and onward. So that'll be where you'll see those names as you grow the Tamagotchis. And then on this screen, you have the happiness meter, which I'm going to go ahead and fill more. The little one is already hungry again, so I'll go ahead and feed her as well. How many generations, and of course, for how many days you have kept the Tamagotchi. That's the years, and then how many Gotchi points at the very bottom. So that's pretty much it for that page. Now my profile is going to be something that you need to create. There's going to be a little avatar that will be right here, and that'll be something that will show up there once you visit the app for the first time. It'll allow you to customize the character. And then of course these are just the settings, so this would be how you would go back and change the time if you made a mistake when you first set up the Tamagotchi. This is going to be for the contrast of the device. Typically I actually like to play it with pretty high contrast, so I'm going to go ahead and hire that. And then this would be how you would turn the sound on and off. Now I have to say, these for some reason the pictures and things like that on this Tamagotchi, they seem a little bit crisper, so that's definitely nice. So as for this menu, this is meal and snack. Here's the refrigerator where you can scroll through any type of purchased items, and then by default you will always have baby food, baby cookie. And the restaurant unlocks, I believe, when you are, I think, in your teen years, and you have the ability to, or child, I don't remember, but you have the ability to go there and feed your Tamagotchi. So when your Tamagotchi is doing that, that means that they need to poop. So you would just click on the bathroom icon. Hooray! These animations with Lokechi are super cute. All right, guys. So besides that, speaking of the bathroom icon, there's the option for the toilet and then also bath. So we'll go ahead and give her a bath really quick. Cute. I have to say, I think this baby version Tamagotchi is super cute. I think she's probably my favorite baby Tamagotchi. So that's it for that one. This is the connection button. This would be to another Tamagotchi. I'll go ahead and show you guys a cute little play date with this one and one of my other Tamagotchis here in just a moment. And then this one would be what you would use to download any type of items from another device, or kind of some things like that. I think that this one is used more for like a station, but we don't really have those here in America. But that's really kind of the purpose of that one. And then the other one, of course, is going to be for the app. So you would either visit, which would be how you would connect your Tamagotchi to the app, and again, it uses Bluetooth, or you would download any type of items or content from the application through this one. Now, the next thing is family. This will show you, take you to your parents' house, and if you're within a certain time, I don't remember exactly what time that is, but if you're within a certain amount of time, you can drop your Tamagotchi off to your parents' house. And it's basically like, say for example, if you have to go to work and you need your Tamagotchi to not die, but you want it to continue to grow, then you can send it to the parents' house. Family tree is going to be where you can go back and see any of your generations, since you'll be raising multiple. And then photos would be for any type of photos that are taken either with friends or when there's a new Tamagotchi that's born. That would be where those photos are stored. And then the next thing would be the Explore My Town. I can't as a baby, but this would be where you would go ahead and go to the shop to buy items. You would also be able to go to the park here, and the park is where you will meet other characters during certain specific times of day, and you can get specific items from the park, like you can get different discount coupons or just different things depending on what type of holiday it is. So yeah, that would be what that is used for. And you can't in the baby stage. I think you have to be a child. This one is going to be where you would travel to any other lands. So this would be where you would go to the Alice in Wonderland world. But of course, that's not going to be unlocked until sometime in the 3rd generation. And then the next icon, and of course this one you'll use to go to any of the other basic lands as well. So this one isn't just for the Alice land. So whenever your Tamagotchi has this icon, that means that they're sick. So you would want to go ahead and take care of them by clicking the first aid kit. And sometimes you need to do that more than once. All better. So that's what that last button does, and she's not very happy because we need to feed her and then make her happy again. But so when you purchase items from the store by using the Explore My Town option, this would be where you would go to look at any items you have. Right now, by default, you will have this cute little bear, and that would be something that you would use to raise the happiness of your Tamagotchi. And depending on the different items, there will be different animations and things like that. So any type of accessories that you either download from the app or that you purchase from the actual store those would be located here. And then there's gonna be I'll throw a picture up on the screen right now. But sometimes you will have your screen turn red, or like a red brownish type of color. Don't panic, that just means that you need to come in here and use the vacuum, and that will clean that right up. And then special, I don't quite remember what special does or what special is used for, but in this case it has the camera, and you can decide to take a picture of your Tamagotchi, and that would then store it in that photo picture that we were viewing before in the little house icon. And then this button is the notebook, which will list the different types of Tamagotchis that you've met. And this would be through the towns that you unlock and different things like that. So, and that would be where you would be able to view like your friendship level with them, or if they were like at the lover stage, because you can marry the actual Tamagotchis that you can find in the different towns, certain ones. So other than that, the other options for that icon are, sorry, I don't remember those. Let me go back. It was, oh yeah, friend. So this will show you any type of other Tamagotchis that you've connected with. And then sometimes they'll leave little diary entries, and this would be where you would access those, and that's just them talking about their day. And a lot of the times it's whenever you meet another Tamagotchi. So, other than that though, the last icon is that first aid kit, and you saw me use that earlier. That's whenever the Tamagotchi is sitting there, not feeling good, and it has a little skull above its head. So yeah. So, typically this baby stage will take anywhere from a minute, or sorry, no, not a minute, that's the X stage. The child stage will take normally around an hour. So I'm gonna go ahead and play with this for a little bit, and I will let you know my honest opinions, what I think in regards to if this is worth it, and then we'll go from there. So I will see you guys in about an hour. All right guys, so it has officially been an hour, and we are now currently in the toddler stage. Next is going to be the teenager stage, and after the teenager stage is of course going to be the adult stage. So I did want to go ahead and, well, I go through a couple of different options, and then set up this adorable child to be the evolution form of the Nijiwa Fuji, whatever the pretty pink and white and rainbow-haired evolution of the girl turns out to be. I can never remember her name, but I'm gonna, while I go ahead and set up my child to evolve into that starting character, I'm just gonna go ahead and discuss some information in regards to the Wonder Garden, and ultimately if I feel that this shell is worth it. And of course by worth it, I mean when in comparison to the Japanese Tamagotchi fantasy needs. Me personally, in regards to the aspect of the Tamagotchi being worth it, I have to say that honestly I am currently swayed by the fact that the shell is super pretty. I adore the shell. I think that the shell in and of itself is super pretty, and even though I have technically the misprint version, I think that this shell is a lot prettier than the fantasy shell. and I really do mean that. I have the turquoise shell, and this one is the lavender version, but I truly, honestly believe that the shell itself is pretty. If you take the Tamagotchi peas, for example, a lot of people really love the peas. And there are certain versions and certain colors that people try to go for, or that people try to get. And I'm realizing right now that I need to be in snack. So anyway, oh, I need to make money. Like I was saying before, when it comes to the shell design, it is something that I think is much, much better. Oh, that's right. I was talking about the Tamagotchi peas. So when you consider the fact that there are different colored Tamagotchi peas out there, and I know that these are really collector's items at this point. They've really become something that a lot of collectors strive for to collect, and I know a lot of people that really want to collect all of the colors that they can that are possible. So I myself am one of those people. I'm personally trying to get every single colored Tamagotchi piece that I can. Currently I have the Aikatsu version, and that was the last video. I'll go ahead and link in the cards above that video if you guys want to go ahead and see me unbox my dream Tamagotchi. But I currently have that, and I also do have the pink Tamagotchi peas as well. So when it comes to information on I did that game wrong, let me start that again. When it comes to those different colors, people are willing to pay around like $120 plus when it comes to the white Tamagotchi peas versions. And I don't know if you guys have seen, but on eBay there are some crazy prices from scalpers out there. I know I'm not doing the best on the games, but that's just because I'm focused on the discussion. But people are willing to pay a lot of money for the white Tamagotchi peas, and yes, they are collector's items, but when it comes down to it, if I could choose between having slightly new content compared to buying an entire Tamagotchi peas that's in the white color just simply for the color in and of itself, I'm gonna choose to purchase the Tamagotchi that is in my language and that has new content and functionality. I think that it's something that visually I'm not interested in purchasing a Tamagotchi piece that's going to be super expensive, like the white ones that are going around that $120 range mark. And that's something that if I happen to find one that's at a good price point that's not going to break the bank, then great. But when you compare that cost to the cost of this new Tamagotchi with new content that also supports Bandai America, personally I would rather go through and make the purchase for this particular Tamagotchi. So there are 2 new games that we get with this version, and we also get the 2 exclusive characters plus the land, as well as the items and things like that the land entails. So there's a couple of items that we get that we didn't have before. And the shell is absolutely beautiful. So personally, I think it is going to be worth it. And I would say if you don't mind the Tamagotchi being in Japanese and you want the other content, like you want the other lands, you want the Arabian lands, you also want the Royal Castle, and you want the Alice in Wonderland, then I would say go ahead and purchase the fantasy version. I would definitely do that quick though, because those are starting to those are also starting to have really crazy prices currently right now on eBay and then other places. So I would definitely hop on the train and get one of the fantasy meats soon. But in my personal opinion, would I say that the Tamagotchi Wonder Garden is worth it? And for me, my answer would be yes. I hope that this gave you a little bit of an insight and makes you feel a little bit better about the Wonder Garden version. And if not, if that's something that you decide that you would like to not purchase and you believe that that would be something that is almost kind of enabling Bandai of America, then that's also okay, because there's the fear now that there's a possibility that Bandai America could release the Arabian Land and then the Royal Castle as separate versions like the Wonder Garden. And I think that that would be quite disappointing if they don't combine the two together, at least for another version if they do release it. Because at that point, so no, it wouldn't necessarily be something that I would agree with at that point. And I think that that would just be simply because there would be so many different versions for content that could have been put onto one device. So I think that it would be a little bit upsetting, at least for me personally, if they split it into 3 units. But I don't think that the 2 is necessarily a bad idea. And since Bandai of America is still currently stretching out into the world of color Tamagotchis, I can see why they did this split for one of the versions, at least right now. So anyway, I just wanted to say that I respect everyone's opinions, and I think that it's important to have this type of conversation. I think it's great if you would like to support Bandai just in general and purchase the Tamagotchi Fantasy. And I also think it's a great idea to support the Wonder Garden as well. So for whichever version you purchase, I hope that you enjoy that version. And that it's something that you enjoy getting into collecting Tamagotchis. So anyway, that was all I wanted to kind of say in regards to the conversation on whether I think the Wonder Garden is worth it. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching my videos and for supporting me and for watching my content. It really does mean a lot to me. It's just something that I do in my spare time because I enjoy collecting Tamagotchis. So if you like the video, feel free to let me know or send any comments my way and I'll make sure to read those. Thank you guys so much. Bye!